Okay, so what is MTHFR? First of all, I'd like to put out a disclaimer that I am not a doctor. I have taken some university courses, including biochemistry, but I have done a lot of research of my own through my own experience over the last 10 years, trying to figure this thing out, and it is very complicated. And so a lot of my stuff has come from piecing together stuff from Google and YouTube. So please do your own research before you follow any advice. My intention here is to just literally put together what I have found. And if I have anything wrong in here, please let me know. Please give me some feedback, and let's help each other learn about this even more. So that being said, what is MTHFR? It's a condition where a person has difficulty with methylation. And because methylation is a major part of metabolism, it results in the body not being able to process some of the essential nutrients that the body needs. The condition of MTHFR is actually the result of damaged genetics, and it's a mutation to one or both of the genes at C677T or A1298C. Each of these have a genetic mutation that contribute to problems with methylation. These genes are not able to give proper instructions to the body to create the enzyme needed for methylation. This enzyme is actually called the MTHFR enzyme. Methylation itself is a reversible process that moves a methyl group, carbon and 3 hydrogens, from one molecule to another. And when this happens, it leaves one molecule with a negative charge. And so this transfer of electrons, called oxidation and reduction, gives one of the molecules that negative charge and makes it able to be ready for further chemical reactions. So MTHFR actually stands for methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase. So it's a mouthful. As the name implies, it reduces one form of folate to another. So please note, I am not using proper formulas in here. This is just for informational purposes only, to be able to show the bonds and the transfer of the molecules. So, folate cycle. Folate is really important to MTHFR. It is vitamin B9. It is one of the essential vitamins. And it is essential because it is involved in DNA and RNA production, red and white blood cell production, brain and neural tube development, and energy production from carbohydrates. So, folate is naturally found in foods such as leafy green vegetables, citrus fruits, and beans, but it is hard to get enough folate through natural forms in our diet alone. So the term folate is actually used as a generic term that can include all of its multiple subforms. Natural folate occurs in the form that is easy to methylate. This form of folate has a hydrogen molecule attached with a very weak bond. So before the body can absorb this natural version of folate, this hydrogen molecule has to be removed so that it can cross the membrane into the digestive system. This weak bond also makes natural folate very easy to break down or oxidize from heat, from light, or from ions in metals. So these are the reasons why natural folate is not easy to absorb from our food. So folic acid is actually a synthetic form of folate, and it has this very strong bond. It does not break down as easily, especially when we're cooking. So because folate is so essential, and it's not very easy to absorb from our food, in 1998, a lot of governments started adding folic acid to many foods. Not everyone can process it though. Folic acid actually has to be broken down in 2 extra steps to become THF, which is a form that the body can use. This extra step is very minimal in people who can methylate properly. So if methylation is not actually involved in this step, why is this so bad for people with MTHFR? I personally think this is where things got very confusing for me, and I was misunderstood by doctors, and I couldn't explain myself to people. So this is a very crucial piece of the information. There are a few pathways to make the 5,10 methylene THF. And natural folate metabolism also creates this version of folate, the 5,10-methyl THF. So this version is the methylene version of folate. This form of folate still needs to be methylated in order to be used by the body. This is where methylation comes in. 5-MTHF is the bioavailable form of folate, and in the regular process, this 5-MTHF is able to be demethylated back to THF, or it can convert back to DHF in the process of DNA or RNA synthesis. If the MTHFR protein is not functioning properly, then the bioactive form of folate does not get produced. And then B12 does not get processed. This step is crucial for another metabolic cycle. This results in less THF available for the folate cycle and a buildup of the 5,10-methylene THF. This creates a backlog at the beginning of the folate cycle with the excess of DHF. This process to convert DHF into THF is very slow, and this problem is made worse with the reduced THF that has to be replaced. This is all because of the folic acid that is hidden in many of our foods under the names of essential vitamins, enriched foods, fortified foods, and folate. We can avoid this backlog if we eat only natural forms of folate and avoid folic acid, but it is very hard to avoid all of the foods with folic acid. We may need to supplement to help this process. In order to fix the cycle, we can supplement with 5-MTHF and with NADPH. NADPH is also what facilitates the conversion of the DHF to THF. So, NADPH is useful for people with MTHFR to help repair the backlog of DHF. You may also want to supplement B6 and B2 to help boost this process. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I do believe that giving an occasional boost to this system can be good for everyone. The methylation cycle. Because of the methylation of folate into B12 being broken, the entire methylation cycle is broken. B12 is supposed to take a methyl group from homocysteine to convert it to methionine. Because this is broken, it is crucial to supplement with methyl B12 if you have MTHFR. Methionine is naturally found in meats, and it's broken down with the help of something called SAMe, an amino acid that's important to brain function and the production of neurotransmitters. Homocysteine is produced as the result of metabolizing methionine. With MTHFR, the B12 is not available in the methylated form and cannot break down this homocysteine. Betaine and phosphatidylcholine also help break down homocysteine and convert it back to methionine. B12 is also involved in the functioning of betaine. With MTHFR, there is further risk of increased homocysteine levels. Homocysteine breakdown is crucial because it is a large molecule. If it builds up in the blood, it can damage the blood vessels, which causes plaque buildup on the walls, and also leads to high blood pressure, clots, or strokes. Most people know that we need antioxidants to clean the toxins out of our blood, and glutathione is the body's super antioxidant. It is also produced from the breakdown of homocysteine. Metabolism issues, stress, toxins, and illness, including MTHFR, cancer, IBS, MS, a whole bunch of things, all contribute to oxidative stress and increased demand for glutathione. And myself personally with MTHFR, I know firsthand just how important glutathione is to helping the body feel good. It is very crucial to removing those toxins out of the body. As someone with MTHFR, I also really feel the effect of pretty much every piece of this cycle. When I am low on any of these supplements, I can really tell. Complications that I personally have experienced have included, but are not limited to, diabetes and hypertension, heartburn, muscle aches and pains, fibromyalgia symptoms, depression and anxiety, foggy head and confusion, migraines, and very low energy and extreme fatigue. So yeah, that is the my explanation of MTHFR, and here is the list of my resources that I have utilized to put together this video. This is not the entire list. As I said, it's been about 10 years of me putting together this information. So who knows where I got that information from 10 years ago, but I started writing it down and amalgamating it. So now that I've got it all down in one spot, my next step of the process is to try to put further details behind a lot of these things and back up everything that I'm saying on here. And once again, if I do have any issues with something that I have put down here, if my understanding of something is a little bit wrong, then please let me know. I am very much open to some constructive criticism, and yeah, I look forward to finally being healthy, knowing all of the pieces of this puzzle. And I really look forward to being able to help others figure this out for themselves as well, if they have MTHFR or if they suffer from any illnesses that can contribute to excess need for glutathione, or if they just simply are getting backed up because of the additives that we have in our food or toxins in the air or whatever the case may be. I really look forward to being able to help people with their journeys. And yeah, thank you for watching. And please reach out if you have any questions.